I don't go near the woods since the one day I ran away from a mountain lion, which turned out to just be a fox, and then everyone called me a chicken.
You ran from it?
I
from a
ran.
Have you ever heard a fox cry in the middle of the night?
Yeah,
actually?
it sounds like a girl screaming.
Yeah, like a girl like being like stabbed
Murdered.
in the forest somewhere. It's like,
That's what that... Yeah. Dude, I almost called 911 here one night because I thought one of my neighbors was being murdered. And
those are foxes.
I was like, what is happening in the woods by my house? I'm like, are they doing some type of satanic ritual? And why wasn't I invited?
Yeah.
I'm trying to... we're worshiping the devil in the woods by my house and I don't get an invite?
No one called me or on the group text,
Yes.
like, Montvale, Satanic Society.
I'm trying to get a Netflix special. I need all the help I can get. If you're doing rituals in the woods, call me.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sacrifice a chicken. Let's go.
It was so... I was like... It sounded like a person. It was crazy.
No, that is.
What's the craziest
I didn't
animal
actually call hell for help, though.
that you've seen like in the wild?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I was like, I don't really
Sorry.
feel like having to deal with calling the police and then they'll ask me questions and then they'll show up. And I'm
So
like,
let me get this straight. You had the thought that there was a woman being sexually assaulted or murdered in the woods and just didn't call the police because you didn't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
So is this very relieving for you right now that you found out it was a fox?
Yes.
You've been carrying the weight of this woman's
You thought you were
brutal
like a
murder
whole
and
guy.
rape.
For months, I've been like, you really probably should have done something.
Yeah. Like, I'll hear it on the news. I'll hear it on the
I
news.
actually looked. I googled
That's great.
for days after.
checking.
Woman
Checking.
murdered in
I'm like,
Montvale.
Montvale crime.
Ironically becoming the suspect number one in whatever would have happened, right?
Yes.
It's like, why is this random guy Googling
Googling
about
all-
missing persons?
And then
trying to figure out who's
well,
missing.
I heard it happening, but I was lazy and stoned and didn't want to get involved because I figured I needed to come and ask me questions, and I was watching a movie.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to
yeah.
have
Yeah,
to
you don't want
pause
to be
the
bothered.
movie.
That's a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. I mean,
I-
you figure someone else is going to do it.
It's a lot of
I
buttons on
figured
the phone.
There's other people that live in this
There's a
neighborhood.
lot of people.
Somebody else could have called. Why does it have to be on my
It'd
shoulder?
be a great time for the what would you do guy to walk in and be like, why didn't you call? It was like a woman was getting murdered. You did nothing.
Well, I was on drugs.
Your
sir.
whole neighborhood just out there like,
I was under the influence. So,
Yeah.
but there.
that's okay
Now,
too.
Nancy, you had a good question that I trampled over.
No,
Yeah.
it was.
I trampled your question.
it was-
I trampled
It's
it.
not a great question. It was it was a segue that didn't need to be segged. That's for sure.
I ran over.
I was
have you
just-
ever ridden a Segway?
Have I ridden this? No, I have not.
for you.
Never been a mall cop. Never even been on a
A
Segway.
kid in my
Yeah.
freshman dorm had one.
Oh yeah.
He was
brutal.
such a tool.
There
No
were so
way.
many cool black guys on Segways in college.
Really?
Really?
I
Yeah.
don't remember
Oh
that
my
being.
God.
I don't remember that being.
Oh yeah, it was like a freaking gushy magnet. This is just like you're just hanging out with your friends in the quad, and then some black guy zips past like Frozone on a Segway. It was crazy. Like I don't know what's up with these guys. Yo, it's like you guys are already pretty fast. You don't need a
Yeah,
Segway.
you don't need
That's
it.
That's
amazing.
okay.
Jesus.
So my bad question was, what was the craziest animal you've ever seen in the wild? Like you're not at a zoo. You know, you're just moving around.
Oh.
Hey, what's that thing over there? Oh my God.
I saw a bull elk when I was in the Oregon redwood forest. I saw it on mushrooms as well, which was really alarming because it looked like it was the size of an elephant.
What?
Like a bull elk. I came around. I had a trowel, like one of those things that you're supposed to I think it's called the hori hori. To dig up we were on like a hike.
Hori Hori was
Hori
my
Hori.
nickname in high school.
Hori hori is like a shovel to dig up and shit if you have to shit in the woods. So I thought I was gonna take out this bull elk. I actually had a disposable camera and I clicked on it to take a picture of this thing, and it was looked at me at the exact moment in time that I
Oh yeah.
Wow.
right as I did it. I don't know why I looked that
sounds
way. It was
like-
terrifying.
Yeah, it would.
It was terrifying. I mean, it was it's literally like the size of.
It's like a moose.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
So okay, that's a real animal. We'll take
Yeah.
that as an answer. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
But it's an invention that you need when you're shitting in the woods. So many times I've been like, they need an invention for this. I just needed a
No, it's not.
hori
Yeah,
hori.
it's just a shovel.
Oh, okay.
It's really just a
I
glorified
don't-
shovel, but
So
it looks
when
like
you-
a knife. It
but
looks
the
like
wiping is the problem. Does it have an attachment with the toilet paper on it or something?
Okay, you're definitely not meant to wipe with this thing. It's for digging in the ground. You don't scrape it on your butthole.
So then what do you
to-
do? You're carrying napkins with you.
Let me tell you also, we
You're gonna
didn't.
bidet this?
This was I was carrying
He's
it
like
around
in a
as
creek. Like,
With
Listen.
a water bottle shooting water into his ass like this. He's got his buddy putting a hole in the water bottle and
I think
squeezing
my-
the water into his ass.
I
Like
wasn't
a
planning
like
to
a bidet
shit.
in the woods. Bend over, let's bidet Kenny's ass.
Yeah, no, I wasn't planning to shit in the woods. It was more of an improvised weapon. Right? You know what I mean? It was an improvised weapon.
But you went there with it as a weapon or for shitting?
It was always an improvised weapon.
Okay,
that was
I like
the
this.
idea.
I like
you
this.
know? Well, I'm going in the woods for like an hour. What am I, like, I can't not take a shit or something?
All right, well, we don't
What am I,
you
an
were
animal?
on some type of like pilgrimage
No.
or backpacking or something.
No, I mean, I can hold it. That's ridiculous, you know? I don't,
Yeah.
you know, it's like a cup of coffee.
You're pretty foresty. Yeah.
I'm a foresty guy.
That's why you have that necklace.
You're very earthy.
That's right. I
You
got
get
this
a
in a
yoga
yeah.
necklace or
Yeah,
a
that's
Buddhist
right.
necklace.
That's right.
Earth,
You're
air,
in tune with
Yeah.
the spirits.
water,
Yes.
fire.
Can I just say that, you know, why wouldn't I be water with the blue, you know?
You're earthy, though.
Oh.
Yeah, you are very
Oh,
earthy.
okay, so we got the wrong baffles of mics. Is
That's
that what-
okay.
Yeah.
You
It's
guys
all
should
right.
have
We'll
switched.
get it next time.
So, what about you? Any crazy animals other than this fox that you thought was a?
Mountain lion. And
Yeah.
then my friend was like, you didn't call the police? Like, because I said mountain lion. And he's like, you're supposed to, like, call the police. Oh, my whole life is me not doing what I was supposed
Yeah.
to be. I don't want to be involved. I'm very much...
But you didn't actually time out, right? Because you're claiming mountain lion, but the
It
mountain
was,
lion
turned out to not
actually
be
is
a
a fox.
mountain lion. It was a
So
fox.
you've seen
Yeah.
a fox.
I've seen a fox.
Okay.
But I was
Double down on mountain
traumatized.
lion.
Well, I ran, and then it got to a point where I just got so tired. I was like, I guess I'm just gonna get eaten by this
Yeah,
thing.
yeah, and turned around. Was it chasing you?
For like a second, and then it was like a weird thing where like he didn't know. I panicked him, and then there was this weird point where I jumped into the street and I tried to flag down a stranger's car and get in the car for stranger.
That's amazing.
I almost
Being
got
chased by a fox.
in a movie, I would not have been abducted by some
Yeah.
pervert and taken. Like I jumped out in front of somebody's Camry and tried to get in it
I mean,
to get away from
in
this.
a
fuck.
movie, that would be the killer's car. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You get in like, I'm just trying to get away from this thing.
There's just a
Turn around,
fox
just a
behind
fox
the wheel.
driving the car. Just a fox driving the car, you know?
So that was the big one, I guess, right?
Like I'm trying to. Well, that's the big encounter in this neighborhood.
Okay.
I'm trying to think what else. I mean, I've seen a bear on a playground once playing. It was a mother bear and a cub bear, and the mother bear was like playing with the cub was coming down the slide.
Gay neighborhood.
Did you get in
Yeah.
between them? Did you get in between them?
No.
Ooh, I heard that's
Yeah.
the thing to do.
Yes, when you see a mother bear and her cubs, the thing is to do is you want to separate them immediately.
Yeah.
Okay.
to
The
cut
move
them
is
off.
you go immediately in between the mother and the babies, and you go. You can't see your children anymore.
Yeah.
I'm Child Protective Services. No more. And the
Yeah.
bears love this.
Ironically, right? You'd think that it would disturb them, but they actually
No.
prefer it.
That would be a good show.
She doesn't want to take care of them. She's excited.
ready to release
She's gonna
them.
run away. She wants to
Yeah.
go to the club.
It's like kind of an adoption type thing.
Yeah, like
Exactly.
Animal Planet
Yeah, cool.
Dyfus. That
she
would
wants
be
to
good.
shake her ass at the watering hole, not take care of these bear cubs.
Ooh, love that.
I was walking through a
watering
parking lot one time, and a coyote was like right in front of me, and it was just like, I'm walking here, the coyote's kind of walking parallel to me. I'm like looking at this thing. I'm like, man, this dog looks shitty. This dog looks
yeah.
drunk.
I
Yeah.
almost did like a shitty Mexican coyote joke where I'm like, and how much do they charge you to get you across the river?
You almost did it, or you just
I
did?
just did it now.
That's good. That's good, clean fun.
It's good,
Just good, clean fun. A coyote.
And it looked like a mangy dog, right?
I'd never even seen a coyote on Google pics, Google image.
What do
coyote.
they look like?
It looked like a dog. Kind of looks like a dog, like a mutt.
Yeah, but
But,
it was really
smaller.
big, actually. It's pretty
Yeah.
scary looking.
Yeah.
And I was just like, yo, whose dog is just walking around looking shitty, like in the parking lot?
Where was this?
Texas.
Texas. Shout out to Texas.
Yeah.
Where in Texas?
Austin, Texas.
Austin. Texas.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I've never been to Austin. I've only been
The capital of
to
Texas.
San Antonio.
If you like barbecue and non-binary people, it's really good. It's a really good
Ooh,
place.
there it is. Look at that. It kind of just there. You
Okay.
got
Love barbecue.
Tanya on the thing.
Wow.
Ooh.
It's a coyote.
It does look
So today, our Latin American correspondent,
Yes.
Tanya, has shown up for work.
finally.
Because
Hola.
once again, nobody employs more Latin American women than Caffeine Overdose.
Caffeine
Okay?
Not
Overdose. Shout out
one
to the
other
pod. By percentage of employees, right? It's like
Oh, yeah.
pretty high. It's
Oh,
like
God.
100%.
We could definitely get a zero interest loan from BlackRock based on our diversity equity score.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how good our percentage is.
Not anymore. I don't think we should call her a DEI hire anymore.
That's okay.
I think that would
Can we get an hola for the audience?
Hola, everyone.
That's pretty good.
That was a pretty good
Guys,
hola.
we're here.
I like how she threw in the everyone with the hola. That was really good.
Well,
you know?
I mean,
You gotta let them know.
Okay, paso with
Latin
esto.
American. It's not Latin.
Yes.
Come on,
Yeah.
she knows what
There's
she's
no
doing.
Latin, and not Latinx either.
Yeah.
We're here. Caffeine Overdose, number 22. Cousin Kenny is here.
What's
The
up?
godfather of improv comedy.
The Godfather.
is in the building.
Is that right?
I
Is this
mean, that's what people are saying.
Is that what people are
I
saying?
took a couple of trips to New York, and that's what people are saying.
People are saying it. I've never done. He broke our
My improv timing.
Yeah, I know. I took these guys to the city. They didn't even know how to zip zap zop.
We know we did not know how to zip zap
They had to
zop.
learn how to zip zap zop.
We
you know.
did. We learned how to zip zap zop.
And then we
sure did.
I liked when I zapped right out of there at
You
the
did,
end.
and he
too.
left. This weasel fuck brings us.
Weasel
this
fuck.
weasel fuck brings us to this improv thing, okay? And then leaves early and sticks us fucking there.
It was my first improv experience. I had no idea what improv was. And I didn't expect that. You know, I wasn't expected to be thrown into situations where, like, you know, you're at a Home Depot planting flowers in the parking lot or something.
Yes, and
Yeah.
I have to eat shit off the ground.
That was
'cause I
great.
had
Is that what it
nothing
was?
else.
Is that what it was?
So Paul was like, "What do you think's wrong with this?" So I had to like taste the manure.
That was
And I
good.
ate
No, the
duty.
worst part was that you even walked in later than I did.
Oh, I went
But
to the bathroom.
They're already in this campfire circle. When I walk in the room, I still think it was an open mic. I'm
Oh,
like
yeah.
walking
Oh,
in,
yeah.
and they're like,
She was too
"Come
excited
on,
to see us.
Join
No.
the circle."
It was funny.
I was
We
like-
should have known. They were too excited to see us when we got there.
Yeah.
Oh,
That was the
new guest.
Have we ever been to an open mic or anywhere where anybody was excited that we showed up? No. This lady's eyes lit up like we were
Yeah.
going to be murdered
Yeah.
or sex trafficked.
Yeah.
Like she was so excited. We should have immediately known, okay, there's a problem. Everybody in the city treated us like we were rejects. They were welcoming. That should have been the first red flag.
Yeah,
Like,
that's for
immediately.
sure.
I like when they locked the doors behind us,
did.
right? That was really
When I got out of the
comforting.
bathroom, I wished there was a part of me that was like, I wish I was sleeping in the massage chair in the lobby
Yeah.
right now.
There's like
could've hung
eight
out.
people in the room, and she's like, "This is the most people
Yes.
we've ever had."
This
I
is
wonder
the
We're so
what-
happy to have you.
It's
Yeah,
amazing.
man, we're having a good time.
Comedy jam, comedy jam.
And the best was the video. We
Too
made
neurotic.
a video. There's like a video where like, kill me.
Oh,
This is
yeah,
terrible.
yeah, yeah.
That
And
was
then-
fun.
And
That
then
was-
it was funny. It's on the Instagram, and then at the end of the day, we're exchanging the Instagrams with everybody. And we're walking down the street, and like after a minute, I was like, I'm on there. I look at Ray's thing, and I'm like, oh shit, we just gave all these people our Instagram. You need, like, probably should take this down. It's
Yeah.
us mocking them on the Instagram, and we just gave
Yeah,
it
just
to
like,
them.
this is the worst thing I've ever been to in my
Please
life.
kill me.
You know?
Yeah, it said, please kill me.
Really?
It said, please kill me. It did.
No, but they thought we were improv geniuses, though, so they probably looked at it and they were like, "Oh my god,
these
these guys
guys
are
are-
just so far into the bit.
They're
They're
always-
trying to
these
get
guys
this
are
even
always
in
on.
the interweb or whatever.
Yes,
Yeah.
these guys are always on.
They're so meta.
They were like, they couldn't believe that we had never done like
Yeah,
anything
listen,
before.
that's good.
Not that, and we were not good. I didn't think we were particularly very good, were we?
Well, I think the thing was that I set it up as if we're like a bunch of guys who have never done improv, right? It's like, and now
That's
we're a
what
bunch
it
of
was.
guys.
We were a bunch of guys. who
And
never
we're a
did
bunch of
improv.
guys from New Jersey who came onto the bus and thought this was stand up and just like pretend to do that.
That's why.
You know?
That's why I took you to that character improv. That was like
Yeah.
my payback.
Yeah.
Yes,
that
that
was
was-
good.
You go up on the list before me.
I
You
like that
endure
they-
hell first,
Yeah.
and then I'll go.
I
That
love
was
that
brutal.
they called you out and said, you know, cousin Kenny seems a little similar to regular Kenny.
They said there's a pretty thin wall between this cousin Kenny character and the real thing, huh? I was like, oh,
What was the tip that he gave you? He's like, maybe you can come with this angle, like, oh hey nephew,
yeah, exactly.
You want
just
a little
to, like,
coke? Or
Yeah,
it's like-
something like that.
It was like really
like
weird.
to just be like a really like overly cool, a real cool cousin or something, which was too much. I don't know. It was a good note. It was a good note. You know. Hey,
was-
cousin Kenny's here. Get over here. I'll smoke your weed. Don't tell your uncle or whatever.
He was kind of shitty though. Like when he got up and started, like he gave like a couple examples of what to do.
Right.
He's like, I don't know, that was stupid.
A guy at Starbucks who's really condescending or something like that.
Yes, exactly.
You're Larry David, but you're at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
This
Ooh,
one
I
black
like
girl
that.
went up. And this black
Hey,
girl
what's
went
the
up,
deal with this chainsaw thing? What are you doing?
and she was like, okay, my name's like Betsy Buckets or something like that, and she's like, and
It sounds like a stripper name.
yeah.
Betsy Buckets,
I'm Betsy Buckets, and I got the biggest buckets of all the gals.
It was the opposite of a strip club. It was the opposite of a strip club. She was improving that she was in the Underground Railroad.
Oh
So-
no, my Betsy Buckets is even
Right.
worse.
Yes, and she was like handing out snacks to the slaves in the Underground Railroad.
Right before Juneteenth.
It's like, we got to get away from here. It's like, does anybody want a Snickers? I'm making it way funnier than it actually was, but
Yeah. It
Yeah.
was- I mean, and she was also like, "Is it okay if I have a script the whole time?" And
yeah,
then
that was also funny.
And everyone was like, "Yes," but it like obviously wasn't cool, you know,
Yeah.
because she was reading.
Imagine if you went up and you're like, I'm the guy who checks the tickets on the Underground Railroad. Please, give me check your tickets.
You're at the wrong place. I thought it was hilarious. Me and Habibi were talking. Habibi,
Shout out to Habibi.
Shout out to Bibi.
Congratulations.
He does
Former,
magic, right?
yeah. Oof.
Wait, what'd you say?
He does magic. I heard. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which you no sold, which I can't
Yeah.
believe you would do that.
You're like the kid who punched Houdini in his stomach.
Does he actually do magic? Like for real?
Yes.
I didn't know. See,
Why
I did
did
not
you
know
quit
this.
after that.
Habibi?
No, he didn't.
No,
Yes.
I swear he's not done a magic trick since
I have
then.
not seen Habibi magic since you ruined it.
How are you gonna
And
tell the
I
backstory?
enjoyed
Sure.
the magic.
So at Bogey's one time, apparently,
I
not to my
enjoyed
knowledge,
this
like
magic.
probably one of the very first times that I was at Bogey's or whatever, I got volunteered to go in the audience with somebody I did not know. Who turns out later, I found out last night to be Habibi, but he was a magician, and I probably just undersold the performance. You know,
I'm sure you were a cunt.
I mean, probably. I probably just didn't do it.
A
all.
little bit. Habibi does this nice trick where, he puts a Sharpie on your palm, right?
Yeah.
And then you kind of like flip your palm over and make a fist, and now the Sharpie is on your the top of your hand, but not in your palm anymore.
Which is impressive. I don't know how he did it.
And Kenny's like, yeah, that's all right. That's cool, I guess. And he's like drinking his beer like out there and stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
I didn't. Yeah, I was probably.
You're a
drunk.
real
How about
villain.
like a wow? Like that was maybe a little clap or something.
Yeah,
You know what? Maybe is there evidence of this? This is slander. Maybe I did
actually
do all
do
that
have a
thing.
video of it.
Oh,
I'll
do
show
you?
you after
Great. I
this.
want to see it. I want to see it.
I love.
You have to cut to it right now in the podcast. Give
I
everyone
can do
context.
that. If I
you
can
know?
find it, I'll do that. I will.
Oh my God! I'd like to say apologies to Habibi. I did not know I was doing that.
Habibi, good friend of the show.
Yeah.
He's in Palestine right now. He got
Yes.
married, and
He did.
he used to be on this show. And
Shout out to Palestine.
yeah.
Not too much. Or did we just get off YouTube?
Please.
Sorry.
Please.
Sorry.
Okay. Do you know who owns YouTube? You
Yeah,
fucking
yeah.
idiot.
My bad. I mean, my bad. My bad.
Oh, no,
my
that's
bad.
okay. So
My
we were
bad.
talking-
Cut
we were-
this. There's gonna be a hard cut right here in the podcast. Come back in.
No, I'm keeping that. This is the type of episode where I don't bleep out anything.
That's good.
Actually.
Ooh, explicit.
So we were talking about running a show, right? But here's the catch: free show, paid exit.
Ooh, I like that.
So it's like
Right.
you go in.
Now you
you
just
know
can't
what?
leave.
I'm not having a good time. These comics suck. And now you try to leave. And you got like two, big like MMA fighters at the door. $20 to get out.
That's good. I like
That
that.
ain't bad.
I like that.
That's good stuff.
The longer you stay, the less it is to leave. If you stay to the end, it's a free exit. But if you want to leave early,
Yes.
you have to pay.
Yeah.
That actually would be like I love that.
Right?
They should do the open mics. The open mic is free except if you leave early after your set,
Whoa.
and then you have to pay $5.
That would be a good policy to institute,
That would
honestly.
be. I wonder
gonna
how many
institute
of
that
those
at
cheap
Agave
fucks would
starting
sit
this
there.
Monday.
Yeah, right?
Try it. Try it
Yeah.
one
Try
time.
it.
Chip should try that.
Yeah, I wonder how many of those cheap fucks would sit there the whole time.
You just see Cooper Rigo losing his mind.
Yeah.
He's like, I want to leave so
Yeah,
bad.
it'd be fine. It'd be fine to have more. That's what you want, right? Just a bunch of comic feedback for everybody.
He's like, they just put out more Basquiat sweatshirts. I need to get the champs. I need a new Basquiat hoodie. Okay?
He's got a 3-piece Basquiat suit,
Listen,
you know?
if he ever listens to this podcast and hears that, I'll take the fight with him.
Shout out to
I'll
Cooper
be
Rigo.
impressed.
I like it. He's funny.
I like
Shout out to
Cooper. He's funny.
Basquiat, you know?
I actually love it. I would wear it. I just too
I'm
cheap.
jealous of the Basquiat drip, you know what I mean?
I am jealous of the Basquiat.
He's got
drip.
Basquiat,
He does
like,
have a lot of
Billionaire's
Basquiat
Boy
drip.
Club or whatever it is.
I had a little BBC in my day. That sounded very terrible.
Yeah. When did you have?
What's BBC?
I had some Billionaire Boys Club.
Okay, all right. That was pretty intense.
I didn't have any of that.
Can ChatGPT look up what BBC means?
Yeah.
You just say, what does BBC mean?
Who's the top Google result for BBC? It's
Yes.
got to be
What
British
comes up?
Broadcasting
That's
Corporation.
true.
Yeah.
They're going to be number one.
I
They
hope-
paid for
Yo,
that
you might be
spot.
faster than GBT.
Yeah, well, you know, that's what it is.
LGBT.
I do watch a lot of British television.
British Broadcasting
See?
Corporation is number one.
One of my
Number one.
favorite TV
Number two.
shows.
Number two.
Number two.
In slang, explicit adult context.
Survey says, right?
And then number 3 is food. BBC sandwich or hamburguesa.
BBC sandwich. I've seen one of
What's
those
a
on.
what's a BBC sandwich?
That's on OnlyFans.
Oh.
BBB. Oh, man.
They are serving up BBC sandwiches on OnlyFans
So it's
all the time.
So it's basically a repeat of number 2 then,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
yeah.
That sounds like
just
a Reddit thing.
It's just like there's a Big Mac and then there's a double Big Mac or whatever it is. You know?
Big Mac already has 2 patties.
Does it? Well,
Yeah,
so you
an
get-
extra
there's the one
bun.
with the 4. You've never had the double Big Mac?
I
4
remember seeing that,
patties.
yeah.
4 patties, 3 burgers, or 3
No, I
buns.
don't like the sesame seeds
Double
on the
Big
No,
Mac.
bun.
that would be like like 5
The triple.
breads.
Yeah,
then.
yeah. You never
5
had it?
pieces of bread and
It's
4
on-
burgers.
It's off the menu, but you can ask for it.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I don't like the sesame seeds, nor the pickles, or the onions, or the
See,
mac sauce.
You know what? Special orders don't upset them, so you're good.
Oh, I am a special order.
You can tell them to scrape off all the sesame seeds off
I
the bun.
once went out to dinner with my family. We were on vacation in Canada. We were in Toronto. We go to this place. We're out to dinner. I go to order something. I go, okay, I want this. Just leave this off of it and this off of it. The guy goes, no,
I don't like that.
the chef won't. I'm like, I'm not asking you to add anything extra. It's not pre-made. Just take it off.
Right.
And they're like, no. And I was like, well, screw this. We'll go somewhere else. And I stood up and got off the table and was like, all right, family.
I feel like you just gotta take matters into your own
Out the
hands.
door, family. Let's leave and go somewhere else to eat.
What, they got
nice.
Pizza Town in Canada
No.
too? Is that what you're telling
Yeah.
me?
Well, no. My family goes, no, you're the problem. And they proceeded to stay seated and eat while I left, walked out of the restaurant alone, and walked down the street and ate Domino's alone out on the street in Toronto by myself while my family had dinner without me. Those Judases wouldn't leave the restaurant with me.
Judases.
Those goddamn Judases wouldn't leave the restaurant.
You're a Judas. You're a Judas. You're a
I
Judas.
yelled at him like, you fucking Judases, as I was leaving. I'm like, are you kidding me? You're gonna. And then I had to go find a Domino's and eat on the street alone.
Domino's might be the funniest place to go alone and eat outside by yourself.
I had to buy a Domino's pizza. And, yes,
That's amazing.
Just me.
So fun.
I was like, I think I put the pizza on somebody else's like car and like opened the box and was just standing on the street. I had nowhere to go, nothing.
You couldn't even find a Little Caesars, so it wasn't even hot and ready. You had to like
No,
order it.
I had to
Yeah.
order it and wait and stand there alone. I can't
Wow.
believe my family didn't leave the restaurant with me. Comment, would you have left the restaurant with me? Let me know in the comments. Would you have left?
It's amazing. Why don't you just take the items off the thing yourself? You know.
No,
I'm
then it's
sorry. I'm sorry. That
no,
touched your
it's
nerve.
already- no,
That
then
touched
it's-
your nerve.
What?
Then it's already commingled and flavored.
It's all
and-
commingled.
yeah.
You don't like the flavors.
No, I want my food.
So if you got a sandwich,
My
right?
food should be like a school in the South in the 50s. Everything should be separate.
Christ.
All right?
You know,
Okay? Everything should be separate.
it's like Jesus Christ. I bet you were asking for like something that they slow cooked all day. It's like, you know, so they can't take it out of the slow cooked food or something.
Yeah.
You know, maybe it was a unreasonable request.
Can I get a Little Rock cheesesteak?
Yes.
Jeez.
No onions, no cheese. Everything separate.
Please.
You guys are
Separate.
fucking hardcore.
Separate but equal.
You guys are hardcore with the race bait, huh?
We're not making any money. We're
We
doing
need
cool.
followers.
Yeah.
Please
Sorry.
complain about us on the internet.
You gotta get canceled to win.
That's
nowadays.
right. You got to cancel up.
You told
right?
me about this.
Of course.
This was your theory. Essentially,
is a good theory.
It
It is
wasn't
a good
so much
theory.
about race.
No, I mean anything
But-
really, but just to be
Like
you know,
Like we were talking
contrarian.
about Taylor getting
Yeah.
like I would have been on
Oh, the Pornhub guy?
Alex Jones. I would have been on like crowd. I would have been on every right wing show, being
Yeah.
like, they fired me over a joke on the thing. Like I would have.
Yeah.
I would be famous now. I don't know how you don't use that to your advantage.
Yeah, he still can, and he
still
still
can. I
should.
don't know why he
and-
won't.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, he could also be the Pornhub comedian. At this, like, he has an instant in, like, because you can post videos
Our
on there,
Grace music video should be on Pornhub.
right? Yeah, that's right.
The video I'm in, where I'm dressed as a woman.
What's the name of that song again?
It's called Grace.
Grace by Taylor
Taylor
Andrews.
Andrews.
So backstory on that
What?
story, right? So Taylor is a comedian who was a teacher, correct me if I'm
Yes.
wrong, and then he had like a joke song and he posted it on Pornhub, and then he got fired.
Some parent, I don't know.
Wouldn't that be weird to
That's
bring
what
that
I'm
in as a
saying,
complaint?
like,
It's like,
yes.
hey, I was jerking off and I
Yeah.
saw this teacher.
You know, it's one thing. It's
Do you think he
bad enough.
finished first, before he brought it in?
Yeah, he's like, I'll bring that up later.
It's one thing to have to go to this kid's games. It's another thing to have to show up here for parent-teacher conferences twice a year. I'll be damned if I'm trying to jerk off and I have to see my kid's teacher.
It'd be
You
funny.
know what I mean? Like, I won't stand for this.
I like that he's just going to the principal and complaining about the quality of the porn, and like he just gets fired incidentally. It's just like, I don't know, like what was it? A song? It was a song.
Yeah. It was like one of his parody. He does those funny songs.
You know what? Independently, as a user of Pornhub, wouldn't you be pissed off if you were trying to watch porn and all of a sudden like a song came up?
Well,
Of some-
in England, YouTube made a deal with like the English government, so they weren't allowed to post like the English rappers' drill music videos. So they start on YouTube. So they started posting them on Pornhub to
yeah?
like get around that.
Wow. That's like when you had LimeWire and you would download a song and every song was like Crank That by Soulja Boy.
Yes, or it would be like Smells Like Teen Spirit by Soundgarden. It's always like some mislabeled.
Weird Al Yankovic's version.
Weird
yeah,
Al.
yeah.
Oh, Weird Al.
Weird Al. Shout out to Weird Al. Still rocking in the free world.
I
right?
remember I used to all the time on LimeWire. It would be like the Macarena parody. Hey, masturbator. All right.
That's
That
funny.
one all the time. And then the other one, which was like I used to get tricked and download this one all the time. And I'd be so pissed. I'd wait like 2 hours, think I got this new like 50 Cent song. And it would be like the fucking we built this city on rock and roll
built
parody.
this city.
Where it's like my dick's all shitty, my dick's all shitty from your asshole,
man.
and that's the song. And I'm like, I thought this was gonna be In the Club by 50 Cent. God damn it! Why is it this my dick's all shitty song again?
Who's that guy who sings the song Swastika Parade and all that?
What?
I don't know this one.
Swastika Parade?
No,
Kanye West?
in
Is
the probably. No, in the Jersey scene.
that- Oh.
Oh, John McKinley.
Yeah, it was like a John McGinley early troll
I
song.
haven't seen John McGinley.
Yeah, that's
neither.
true. I
So
haven't
long.
seen him. Where is he at?
I'd like hopefully.
Gotta get him on
prison.
the pod. He can yell around in here.
No,
That'd be
I
cool.
don't want him at my house. No.
Uh-oh.
I know.
I feel like we're going real hard.
That's
One
okay.
time I had to sit in the crowd as his set was just him looking at everybody and telling them how he'd murder them.
That's
And
true. I saw that.
I think he was gonna rip off all my limbs and beat me with
Yeah.
them. But the crazy thing was, he called me fat, and I'm like, "You're fatter than I am, John. You're out of
Yeah.
your fucking mind."
I think that was in Pizza Town, if I
Yes.
remember.
I didn't care. You could murder me all you want, but thinking that I'm fatter than you was the craziest thing you did. And you put on a purple wig and sang a Hitler song, and still thinking that you're skinnier than me is still the craziest thing you've ever done.
Yeah.
You fucking lunatic. How dare you piece of shit.
Yeah.
You're fatter than I am, you creepy, weird, smelly fuck. How dare you?
Bah, bah. Bah, bah, bah.
Take
Right.
that, McGinley, you creepy fuck.
Shots fired. Shots
There
fired.
is a couple of smelly comedians. I'll
Oh,
tell you
God,
that.
they are.
I'll tell you
Uh-oh.
that. Me and Kenny ran into one the other night.
Oh.
You know,
Oh,
we
yeah.
said
We
his
gotta
name too
start
many times.
shaming these people, I think.
Yeah,
probably.
we
And then
do.
my mom be like, well, won't they have a medical thing? And then I'm like, oh, don't bring logic into
No,
this.
I mean you could just give gum. You know, that's why I always carry around gum. You know,
Yeah.
always carry around
That's
gum.
funny you put it on the
Yeah,
table.
I mean, my breath
Just like
is
leave
gonna
it on the
smell-
table. It's for the table. It's for the
Listen.
table. Anyone can have it if they want. Anyone.
Listen, my breath is
Anyone.
gonna smell like weed or coffee. That's just
Yeah.
accepted.
Yeah. Well,
This wasn't that.
No. This was just a rotten tooth somewhere in the back.
Dead tooth. Oh, yeah.
Dead tooth.
Dead tooth smells. That's
Good old dead tooth.
good old dead tooth. What show is that where
Oh,
someone
that's
dates
from
somebody with a
Always
dead
Sunny in
tooth? Yes.
Philadelphia. Maureen with the dead tooth
Maureen
or
with
whatever.
the dead tooth.
Yeah.
So let's derail this a bit.
Let's derail.
And Kenny, last time you were here,
Uh-oh.
actually, you were derailed yourself. Another comedian was on, the name of Eldon Gashi,
Right.
local lunatic.
Right.
And
Crazy person.
we didn't get to hear enough from you.
No.
Is that right?
That's why we brought you back on.
And every time we have people on the show, nobody ever learns anything about them.
Am I the
Yeah.
first? I'm not the first person to come back for a second episode ever.
Technically, no.
Technically, no, because G came
G.
back for a second.
Well, G and Rob Brown.
G and Rob Brown were both.
And
two,
Eldine's
too.
been on 2
They're
episodes.
both been 2.
Okay. So
But you're the first person to get. Actually, no, you're not. Screw you. I was
We
gonna
keep
say.
trying to make you special, but we can't.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It's okay.
it's all right.
I was gonna say maybe
You're
you
not-
were the
you're not
first
the
to
first
have 2.
anything.
No.
The first what?
I can think of a few things we can do.
Yeah.
That's
But-
how I felt.
Oh.
What was that over there?
That's how I felt when I was like watching the pod with the other woman. They were like, "This is the first woman ever."
yeah.
I'm like,
Yeah.
"What about your Latin?" You know,
What about this
about
Puerto
the
Rico
group?
right here?
America. That's where you're
Yes.
from. You know this.
Just
Yeah,
general.
you know where you're from.
listen,
You've been here several months now.
Yeah.
Figure it out.
Figure out which Latin American country you're from.
Yeah.
I'm from. We'll keep working on it. We'll keep working on it. You know.
okay. Yo no sé.
You know, say.
Subscribe.
I like that. I like that. So
Comment where you think she's from.
Yeah.
how about a little question, for Kenny?
Yes.
How about a little redemption?
Yes.
Redemption.
Yeah, so why don't you let us know what? So you're a year and change in, right?
Enough of my
Year and
comedy.
changing to comedy.
Right.
Yeah.
And what made you want to start?
Yes.
You seen something, you saw something, you always wanted to be this, you needed a plan B, something. Let the people know.
Ever since I was a young lad, I think that, No, I'm serious though. I've always wanted to
This
do
guy.
this. I've always wanted to do it. I think I tried it once when I was a lot younger and never got into it. But I got divorced and I had a lot more free time on my hands.
Yes.
And I thought it was a good thing to do, with my time instead of get drunk or high on, every night, just to go out to open mics and, it's a better way to cope with your feelings.
Yes.
Yeah.
To start a new hobby. And it's a great way to, now I just do it every day. I think I'm addicted,
Yeah,
I think it's
you
a good
are.
addiction.
It is. It's,
And what was your first mic?
My first mic was Scotty's.
And what was
Scotty's
that like?
Comedy
You
Cove.
walked in, you're a little nervous. Ooh,
Yeah.
first mic.
First mic, I walked in, I was a little nervous. I think I had a long story about how, I don't even want to tell it. It's
Was
horrible.
that the dick pic thing?
No, it's worse than that. It's
we were getting on the bus and we're talking about bits and he's like, yeah, I had this dick pic thing I'm working on, and the guy behind us is like,
turns around and
he's
looks.
like, what? I'm like, we're comedians, it's fine, okay?
No, I think-
yes.
I used to have a long Mickey Mouse impression, oh, show me the box facts, and do this
yes, the
thing,
box
which is
facts.
pretty good. But yeah, I mean, no one paid attention. I think now I know who was there.
I
it was
vaguely remember you're doing a Mickey Mouse voice
Do you-
now.
yeah?
I vaguely remember.
Do you remember me holding up things there? Oh, show me the box facts.
Oh,
It was all about goofy
did you do that at Silverstream once?
Probably
Because
yeah,
I remember
probably.
I was in Silverstream once. You might have been doing that, and
Yeah.
I was sitting next to Jesse Montanez and Erin from Wawa.
Nice.
And Jesse Montanez looked at Erin, looked over at me, and then looked forward and goes, I think I fucking hate this guy.
Nice. That's good. That's
And
good.
I was like,
Yeah, I remember the first time I saw Kenny. I told you this
What?
story when I was like,
yeah.
when I thought you were like crashing out.
Yeah, well, I do that. That's what I just always do. That's my brand.
No, yeah, but even that one that I saw, like, I haven't seen you do something like that since. Yes.
Oh,
you-
just calling everyone out?
well, you were like, why do I even do this?
Oh, yeah.
What is the point of all of this? I was like, I hate all of you guys. And
Oh,
I was like sitting there, I'm like, what?
I gotta come here. Oh, what? Because I didn't prepare a bunch of stuff. I
You don't
used to sit
like
at
it?
home and prepare.
What do you want me to write? You fucking
I was
loser.
right for like the last 10 years. Like, you guys, yeah, look where it got you.
Yeah.
You're here with me. Look where it got you.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, he's kind of right.
So Kenny is the host of, we could say host, right?
A host. I'm a host.
Not only of the Kenny's Dumb podcast, which you
Right.
can find,
Kenny's Dumb Podcast.
but he also runs.
Only podcast in the scene to be sued.
That's right. On Apple, I was sued for potential racism. Right?
That's what it was?
Yeah.
I thought it was something else.
So did I.
Okay. That's what we're probably gonna get one of those.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I don't know what it was.
You guys handing those out?
It was a fake lawyer.
There's already warrants out for our arrest in Canada.
Actually, I'm
Just
probably the
off
only.
of what we said
Oh
on
yeah.
the show.
I'm the only one who's been contacted by a fake lawyer. I don't know if it was a real lawyer, but it was a fake
I
lawyer.
love that.
You know?
The joy that brings me.
Yeah, someone bothered to prank call me pretending to be a lawyer.
And it wasn't even us.
Yeah.
and it wasn't even you.
Oh, I think Chris Park doesn't even know that we prank phone called. I don't think anybody has like said anything
No,
to him.
Chris Park has no idea that he was a prank phone call on the show.
podcast.
On the podcast? Wait, what? By
Yusef
who?
prank called. Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was
On the
pretty
Yusef
funny.
episode, he calls Chris Park on his birthday and asks him for to donate money to like the college he graduated from.
Nice. And what
And
did
you-
Chris Park do?
He tried to be like, at first he was like polite with the happy birthday, and you could tell he wanted to be like, oh, fuck you.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm
Yeah.
driving Uber.
Well,
You think
'cause-
I can have money for you?
Because Yusef had told me like it was his birthday.
Right.
So-
Yusef's birthday.
No, Chris Park's birthday.
Okay.
So I'm like, hey, it's this is Bruce from William Patterson University. I really dolled up the thing.
Nice.
And he's like, can I help you? I'm like, we were just calling to wish you a happy birthday. And he was like, oh, thanks, man. I appreciate that. And then I was like, yeah, would you mind donating to the university? And we'll send you a birthday gram for $20. And he's like, no. It's pretty funny.
That's great.
So
That's great.
Kenny runs the legendary Agave mic,
Agave Mike in Cranford, New Jersey.
which is a booked mic,
It's booked Mike on Mondays.
right? And
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Hit me up on it means you have to talk to me on the Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at Cousin Kenny.
So you're
Right?
gatekeeping.
There it is.
like,
Right.
maybe-
Well,
just
I
kidding.
mean, you
I'm
can
just
just come
fucking-
up. It's actually right now. It is technically an
I'm
open
messing
mic.
with you.
On the first day, it was an open mic. You
Okay.
know.
I'm
But
messing.
like, I'll also book you. Cut that part out. It's a booked mic.
It's a book
yeah,
mic.
we'll cut that.
It's a booked mic.
I don't think I'm gonna
Don't
cut
allow
that.
me to ruin
Yeah.
your thing with my
Don't
chicanery.
listen. What are labels? What is it? There's microphones there and they're plugged in. What are we talking about here?
You are interesting because for a man who is very avant-garde and whatever, you run an
Avant-garde.
event that has the most rules out of anybody, anyone that we go to.
The only rule is that there aren't.
Which I find for a man who's into nothing but chaos and won't go with anybody else's format, to be the guy who runs the thing with the most rules and regulations.
Are there actually rules
seems
there? There's no
crazy.
rules. There's no rules. The only rule is that there are no rules. Okay.
I believe I've heard no material yelled out 80
That
times.
was season 1. That was season 1
Are we
Agave.
not doing that anymore?
We're not doing that in
Yeah,
season 2.
because I've
Season 2 is much more reasonable.
I've never wanted to beat a bald man to death
Yeah.
faster.
No.
Than as he yells out no material after I drove an hour.
Yeah, season 1
And
was.
had the worst quesadilla I ever had.
Yeah.
No, that's
That's
okay.
good. No, it's good. Agave's, we've learned from the mistakes of season 1. We come back and we think we have a
Tell
good,
him to put the
good
calamari
time.
bag on the menu. That was
Yeah.
actually. It was pretty good. The bit I got to have of it before Liam Wolf ate all of my calamari was good.
Yeah, it's nice. We do have wine now. There's now wine available and sangria available at
They bought a
Agave.
liquor license.
That's not a full liquor license. It's like that special New Jersey thing that
So
you
they
can
spend
get a
$1 million
deal with.
bucks
Like,
on that?
no, it's like $800 for the whole year You get a deal with
We
a
could do that.
winery, and like you can only sell that wineries like products, but they have like 5 bottles of wine that they can sell, and it's way better than $1 million.
Yeah.
Because before they couldn't sell any alcohol.
No.
And it's like crazy to have a mic there when like people want to drink and you can't make money off that.
Yeah.
Now they're gonna make money off of selling sangria, selling the wine. It's
Do you
really
have to
good.
pay to sign up?
No, it's free. Free mic.
Look at this.
Free mic. It's good. You guys got to come. Cranford, New Jersey. It's
Yes.
137 off, all these New York comics out there. It's exit. It's 130s. I don't know. It's the Cranford stop. Just get off at the Cranford stop. It's right there. It's right there.
Well, I only brought this up because the mic was known for being chaotic.
Yeah.
You know,
Chaos mic.
Right.
Yeah.
So just for
I've
us.
seen the audience storm out in a huff. I've
Exactly.
seen.
Yeah, there's been fights break out.
So why
They,
don't-
they've thrown comedians out.
Yeah. We just we inspire anarchy. There's no rules.
So why don't you give us, a little taste? Maybe like one of the more chaotic moments that happened there. Do you got one, for us?
Maddie
I
used
have
to
a
go
good
to the
one.
mic all the time.
Maddie used to go. I mean, some of the best moments happen when I wasn't there, right? I think that's the real thing. So like, as I leave, I
It's
remember.
amazing that the bald guy with autism didn't run a good show.
Yeah. I mean, I can give you like a, flat, one time Eldine took off his shirt and like scared a ton of people out of there, right? Who came from like the pottery thing next door.
Remember when the people tried to steal Eldine's props when they left?
Oh yeah. No, actually that was funny. It was like I was on my way to do a mic. I did a set at Agave, right? And I walk out and I gave the mic to Eldine, and he's like going around like, "You're the king for the day," like, and gives like the random audience member like a crown. And then as I walk, and then he goes nuts or something, But it was it was very funny. I laughed very hard.
Was that the thing where he was like massa or
No,
something like
no.
that? That was a
No,
different
no.
thing.
No, he was basically cursing out Will and saying like, "You piece of shit," like just like pacing up
So
and
what
down.
everybody wants to do.
And then calmly like at the end of his time, like puts his shirt back on and sits back down. And just like sits and like orders nachos or something, and just sits for the rest of the mic, which is great. One time Ming came right after Ming threw a pizza at Bogey's.
Yeah.
Right. She came by, and I was like, this is gonna be a hot ticket, right? If I book Ming at the show, and sure enough, like all the New Jersey people came down to Agave.
You almost tricked
for
me.
that.
You almost got me
Yeah.
down there, and I almost fell for that.
Well, fall for what? She was there.
But you wouldn't let her up.
Well, allegedly, I wasn't there, so Will didn't let her up.
I
'cause
got to see all of the scene
Probably-
online. It actually worked out.
Oh, so she didn't go up. She got pissed and then.
Most of Ming's performance took place off the mic, right? But like
okay.
that's the at Agave,
That's-
the
to
whole
be
thing is the
fair,
show. Right, there's a comedy showing going on, and then there's Ming's antics going on, where she was
Ming
calling the
is
police.
best without a microphone.
Right.
Like the best performances Ming has is without the mic. It's before and after.
Yeah.
Never anything with the mic. Anything with the mic is never good.
She did call the Cranford police on Will for
Yes.
racism, and they came.
That's
and
my favorite.
Can we?
I love that the Cranford police has so little to do that a phone call about racism, they sent 7 cars there.
Did they
for
send
it.
7
I
cars?
just made that up.
was
I just
great.
like.
Can we get can you go on the Google and do an Agave like reviews thing? Go look through those really quick, and I want to see if there's anything
just
like
all my quesadilla reviews. It's
Where
just
is
me
Agave
reviewing the
located?
quesadilla
Cranford.
over and over
Agave
again.
Cranford.
our producer isn't listening, but doing actually spectacular job.
See what the reviews
Remember
are
when
like.
remember when you were like, "Oh, follow me, cousin Kenny,"
yeah,
a few minutes ago? Yeah. So what we do here,
Right under you.
yeah, there's this team, this factory of Latin American women. They're gonna put your name right here so people can follow
Right here?
you. Yep, right there.
Right there.
It's gonna be good.
Primo Kenny.
Primo Kenny.
Yes.
Que paso? Que
Yeah, I was-
paso?
I was just wondering, like maybe there's like a Google review, like, yeah, the food was okay, but I went to a comedy show and this is.
If there's a comedy review, it was actually really popular with the locals, believe it or not.
so maybe there's
We
somebody.
had,
Well, what was the guy, Jerry? Or what was the guy?
with the eyebrows? What?
Balder guy.
There was
bald guy.
there was a bald guy. There's a couple bald guys. There's a lot of bald guys.
The one,
Yeah.
He was offended once. The one.
Oh yeah, and he left out there. Joe Mike Marks almost got in a fight with like a white lady one time after doing
and then
some
you guys
push-ups.
threw him out, which was crazy
Yeah.
because he wasn't wrong. The lady was wrong.
He's invited back. He's come back since, but he just needed. It was like we treat it like hockey sometimes. Like for instance, when Eldine took off his shirt, he had a one game suspension. One game suspension. But he's always invited back. You're allowed to do whatever you want, and you'll be mostly invited back.
That's pretty
Yeah,
cool.
it doesn't
Yeah.
look like that many negative reviews.
There you go.
Everyone says the food is great. Nothing about comedy, though.
Give me
It's
a
not a
couple
focal
minutes.
point.
and I'll
I
give
mean,
you
it's
some
not going to be on the
negative-
Mexican restaurant.
Give me a couple minutes. I'll give you some
It's not-
negative
yeah.
reviews on here.
The show is really separate from the restaurant. You know, just takes place in the
Is that what
restaurant.
the restaurant desperately tells everybody?
Yeah, they really don't want to be associated with the comedy that's happening on stage.
Who know? Did you know them or did Will know them?
I think we Will met them first, and yeah,
and you
that's how it
still
is.
managed to pull this off.
We still managed to pull it off. I mean, Will figures the shit out, man. Where there's a will, there's a way.
For a man with such a poor personality,
Yeah.
I'm impressed that he was able to get it done.
He's actually. We used to go around town with like tickets to hand out to people, and it would like horrify him. But he'd like walk up to people and be like, "Excuse me, ma'am," and like do this big bow to them. Like, would you mind taking the like? Would you mind
He's
sparing
got
a moment of your time for
He
like?
has such fedora Renaissance fair,
Yeah.
like nerd
Yeah,
energy.
yeah,
I don't know this guy.
yeah.
Like,
you
like,
gotta come to Agave to meet him, man.
like body,
Gotta come down.
like
Come
sleeps.
tomorrow. What are you doing? It's at 7 p.m. every Monday. Can you put that in this box right now? Bling.
Got you.
Will
is.
has very
They
much
can do
like
that.
anime body pillow energy.
Right.
Like,
Anime
like
body pillow.
tentacle horn squid thing. He's very creepy. He's very much like, yeah. He looks like the type of guy, like he works a Saturday shift at Lady Foot Locker because he likes to look at feet. Like that's the type of guy he is.
He invites the slant. You know, you can go and roast him if you want. You know, that's part of. You know, yeah,
okay.
it's welcomed. It's welcome.
It's not really that welcome. He doesn't really like it that much. He's not much for it.
But
Yeah.
you can't do material? Is that
You can
No.
you can do whatever you want. It's a different open format.
No.
I mean, it's like the audience is invited to participate. So if the audience doesn't like what you're doing, they might just be like, where'd you go to school? You know?
No, I was hoping that the audience would ask me questions
Yeah.
about where I went to school.
But if you're good at what you're doing, did you get to do a set when you were there?
well, the first time, yes,
Yeah.
sort of.
You have to be like, if you're in the groove and you can get through it, depending on the time.
It got to the point though where as soon as I started talking, like there's just a chorus of idiots yelling "no material."
Right? Yeah. I mean, it depends. We sometimes inspire anarchy at the show.
It was that
Yeah.
one lady with the snow hat. She's the most annoying human being.
Oh, yeah, Julia.
Yeah,
yeah.
and then her husband just sits there like that defeated, like henpecked fuck, just sits there with his head down, just broken because he's just happy that she's not talking to him for at least an hour. So he's happy to go to Agave because it's 2 hours where he doesn't have to be in the house with that drunk bitch yapping at him. While
You should probably bleep names.
And this broken fuck sits there like this the
Not
whole
today.
time with his fucking head down like this, and he's just like, and it's 90 degrees, and his wife has a snow hat on like an asshole anyway, and she's
Yeah.
just yelling out, and he's just like, I want to die so badly. And he's
Well, I
just
mean,
like
to be fair,
this.
she was not violating any of the rules as we set them out, and that's probably the problem. Is we laid, there was always rules there. Like you're allowed to talk, and it's like you're never not allowed to talk. But if it's like by explicitly telling people that they can, all of a sudden everyone thinks that they're like, all these crazy people come out and start talking.
Maybe I do
You
need
know?
to come because this sounds interesting.
Many
and-
used to videotape it.
Yeah,
too.
we have tons of video of it.
Yeah,
I mean, you can't do anything with the video.
I feel like you
but-
guys are like, I'm just in the middle. You guys are talking about like Boardwalk Empire characters. I'm like, I don't know what you're saying. I don't know
Yeah.
what you're doing. Sounds interesting though, but
It's
I'm left out.
it's a very different thing. You've never seen anything like it. All right, you've never seen anything like it. All right,
I got a clip from it that I put on TikTok.
that's right.
Our Latin American correspondent is saying they can't hear you.
Me?
They can't hear. Yeah,
The mic needs to be closer. Okay, cool.
He is good.
All
You're good now.
I am
It's
good now.
bueno.
Okay. We were getting a signal from across the border. We had to check on that.
Okay.
Okay.
Está bien. All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Where are we at now? Huh?
I don't know. I think we lost track when everyone, thought about the microphones for a second. Which, by the way, I'd like to say again for the second time, much improved from the last time I was on the
Yeah.
show. Much improved from the
I
last
did.
time
I
on the
played
show.
Cash for Life,
Yeah.
and
Yeah?
I won $400. So
Really?
no.
Nice.
No,
Oh.
he just invested in this.
It'd be cool to get sponsored by New Jersey Lottery, though. You know what
That
I mean?
would be cool. No, I stole my parents' wedding ring and bought a podcast equipment.
That's way worse. You should probably go back to the lottery.
Yeah, I probably
I think it
should.
makes you a more likable person.
No,
no,
Be
no.
likable.
Look
Look at us.
Yeah.
I pawned my grandmother's jewelry, and let me tell you, she's not even dead yet.
Well,
I just replaced it with costume stuff.
do you
Just-
still have grandparents?
No. Well, I mean, technically, I still have them. They're no longer alive. know?
Okay.
Ah,
We're gonna hit
everyone
us with
still
one of
has
those.
them.
You are avant-garde.
Yeah, you know,
I just,
we do.
I don't even know what that means.
You're
man.
Argyle, bro.
Yeah,
Argyle.
that was it was a very like someone would say assholey answer.
Some would say. Who would say that?
I wouldn't say that.
Not me. I would never say
Or
that.
do you have your grandparents left?
No, they're dead.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. Yeah, I would have just said no. They're dead.
They're dead.
Yeah.
All of them are dead.
Yeah.
with us still.
Okay.
They're here in our heart.
There you go. See?
See?
Good answer.
That wouldn't be on my wall if my grandmother was still alive because it would be at her house.
That's right.
Hail Ireland.
That's right.
Yeah. You should sell that stuff on eBay. Right?
My uncle.
Yeah, you could.
Right?
definitely
So we
could.
can get better mics.
I got
you know?
really good World War II memorabilia at the crib.
Yeah?
You know that?
Yeah.
I
Which
got,
side?
I got. Let's check this out.
Yeah,
So I got this. I have a, what do you call it? So my grandpa, tank driver, World War II in Italy, gunning some guys down,
Yeah.
full of Nazos.
Yeah.
Right.
Nachos. Nachos.
Flipped the gat on him. Pulled a. He was like the 50-cent shooter, right? So now I have what do you call it? A German Luger. That's what the gun is called.
Nice.
It has like a swastika imprinted on the gun.
Really?
Very cool.
Very interesting, actually.
Kanye.
That used to be the thing.
Make
You used
an
to
offer.
get them off the dead soldiers, right?
Yep.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Pretty cool.
It's got like an eagle with a crest and what's that? I need to talk louder.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me?
Kanye West, make Ray an offer for that weapon.
Yeah, actually, he would love that.
Right.
He would
Right.
love
Love
that.
Probably be in his next
Better
video.
now.
Yes.
In his next video, just holding the Luger.
That would be pretty cool. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's got like an eagle, and then the feet of the eagle, it's like holding a swastika. It's pretty up there.
This YouTube video is never gonna get boosted now.
Well, we didn't say corn. Well, no,
Well,
we did
we're
say
an hour in. The AI
Yeah.
bot usually is through like
It's
the first
done.
like.
yeah. Like I
15
think the
minutes
only
of
rule is you can't say like cunt or queef in the first like 5
Yeah.
minutes.
That's the only rule. So we can
And
say
we're
kind
not
of queef all we want.
monetized
Yeah.
anyway. So what you're really is you're just making sure you're not we're not monetized right now anyway. So
Okay,
it
good.
doesn't matter.
Shout out to Money.
We
Yeah.
want it though.
Yeah.
Please send it to my PayPal. I'm very poor.
Who are we trying to get sponsored by? Dunkin' Donuts?
That's 100%
Every-
fact.
yeah. Shout out
to
Raise
Dunkin'
that
Donuts.
cup really quick.
Donkeys.
Thank you,
Donkeys.
Dunkin'.
Oh, I love my coffee milk from Donkey.
And stay-
I run on Dunkin', baby. I'm shilling.
And stay tuned. You know, you can also see us coming soon to like Gorilla Dunkin' open mics, right?
Yes.
There's this new thing.
That's a good idea.
Our Gorilla Open Mic series.
Yeah, Gorilla open mics at all the
wait till
Dunkin'
we open
Donuts.
up our-
Caffeine Overdose.
Our own comedy club.
Yeah.
Coming soon.
I mean, you know what?
Yeah.
If we bought coffee at Dunkin' Donuts and drank it there in the thing,
They
can't
couldn't stop us from doing an open
That's
mic.
what I'm saying. Dunkin',
Yeah.
like nobody is getting us out of there.
Right.
And if they are, it'll be
But there's
hilarious.
nobody in there
There
to
might be,
hear the.
but as
the
everyone
bits,
walks
though.
in, everyone walks
Oh,
in. It
while
would be
they're
about keeping
online,
them. They're
yes.
in line, and then maybe they'll stay for a minute because
In
they're just stopping
Starbucks, they're
through.
very much like I like the idea of bothering some pretentious
Oh, who's
person
like trying to study.
who's like trying to do who's too cheap to like work in an office, so they're doing it
Yeah.
at Star. Like I like the idea of bothering some of them. Too.
Yeah.
But I love the idea of a Dunkin' because they're not going to
Yeah,
know
let's.
what's
I think we
going
should
on.
go full in with Dunkin'. Let's
Yes.
let's do it at a series of Dunkin'. Like that way the branding's easy. We can
I
get
like
a nice
that.
logo, and we just do the whole Gorilla Dunkin'.
We're the
let's
Dunkin'
workshop
guys.
the name. Let's workshop the name.
Gorilla
you know?
Dunkin'.
Gorilla Dunkin', Dunkin' Gorillas, or Gorilla. Yeah, I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll workshop the name.
That'll be pretty cool.
right.
Yeah.
Just have a
I do
bucket,
like this.
a bucket pool.
A bucket pull.
I mean, it'll just be us mostly. But like, if there's like just some
Sabrina
random guy.
Carpenter shaken iced espresso.
I mean, especially if one of the Dunkin' Donuts employees were to get up on the mic and go, that would absolutely go viral.
Yeah,
You
we're
know
like
that.
it would.
Balvier. Is there a Balvier here?
Oh, good. We got to put their names in it because they
Yeah.
have their
Yeah.
names. Just put it in the bucket.
That would be
Just put it in the bucket and call them up.
Yes, yes.
I think that's the
That's
freaking
the-
move.
yeah,
That's the
Okay,
move.
and Kenny coming to the stage is cousin Kenny, but on deck we have
Yeah, on deck we have
Saeed.
what? He just like he's back there making a shaken espresso brown sugar. Shout out to the Dunkin' You know, this is all about caffeine overdoses. I feel like you guys got to start plugging like a different Dunkin' espresso drink every day, every time you do it. What'd you get?
The drink of the day.
Dunkin' latte with the coffee milk. Dunkin', the only company with their signature coffee milk. You can't get that anywhere. Starbucks doesn't have it.
Coffee milk?
Yeah, I know.
You know my parents.
Special coffee milk.
When was the earliest you got coffee? My parents used to serve me coffee when I was in like elementary school. They called it coffee milk in the morning. Yeah.
It was just a cup of coffee.
Well, it was like milk and hot coffee. It was hot. It was coffee and milk mixed
But like
together.
a high ratio of milk.
I mean, I think it was half and half.
Whoa. I don't think I had coffee as a kid.
No?
No. I don't think I had coffee
think
until I was
high
like
school.
23.
My grandparents used to make it on the mocha pot. You know, like the espresso pot on the stove.
Couple
It
of
has, like,
guineas.
the bottom. No, they're Cuban.
Oh, that,
Oh yeah,
that'll
they
do it.
love their,
That'll do it.
Was it Bustelo?
Yes.
Yeah,
Cafe
you're gonna
Bustelo.
have to raise the mic.
Or the yellow bag, right? What's the yellow bag?
That's the Cafe Bustelo
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, that stuff is good.
How are we now?
I can't hear you.
You
Can't
can't hear me.
What about me?
Now I could hear you.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe it's just doing a
I think you
thing.
gotta keep
Okay.
your hand off of the wire part because that's where
No,
the
we're not
button
gonna
is.
do. We're not gonna do the wire thing.
Yeah, don't keep playing with the wire. Is it
Okay.
good now?
Yeah, it's
Is it
good.
good now?
It's good.
You're all
Okay.
tangled up too, man. You gotta figure out this whole mic situation.
'Kay.
Like I said, there's
This is
room
a
for improvement.
representation
There's
of-
still room for improvement.
Oh,
on
there's
the mics.
plenty of room for improvement. We
Yeah.
are a joke.
I don't think I've ever actually seen anyone use a pencil.
Oh, those are the
point.
best pencils. Shout out to our second sponsor, Staples, for giving these.
Now this isn't
lovely.
a golf like a mini golf pencil. This is a regular sized pencil that you've used
No, sir.
so much
No,
that it's
sir.
gotten small.
That is a Dixon Ticonderoga number 2 that I got in a box of 172 for $10 at Staples. I can hand those out. I use them at every mic. My kids use them at school.
and so they're like a mini golf pencil. On
it's literally
purpose.
110 of those pre-sharpened, or 172 of those
Already
like
sharpened.
And it comes
Yeah, all pre-sharpened.
Wow,
out the factory
Like that.
This size.
That's like that. That's right.
that's pretty cool.
That's right.
You open the box, you get like a cut. That's pretty cool. Sharp.
It's the best. Let me tell
Because
you.
I'm
And I
actually
always
gonna
have.
be like, I don't think I've ever held on to a pencil long enough to get it to be this
No.
small.
Well, neither
never.
have I.
Like-
I've never even sharpened any of the pencils. They get lost immediately.
I
Yeah.
never.
You know what I mean? That's why I have 172 of them.
Like I never make it to the end of anything. I always lose it before it breaks. Like nothing. I never get to the bottom of the Tootsie Roll Pop or whatever the fuck.
Some people are waiting, to
I
die
never
to
get
get
to
seven.
the center, Ray. I never get to the center.
Some people wait their whole lives for 72 virgins, but you can get 72 pencils right now. Right?
72 are so needy. 72 of them.
72?
So
It
clingy.
seems excessive.
That is a lot.
72 clingy, annoying. Like, are you gonna call me? Are you gonna come back? What are we gonna do tomorrow?
It hurts. Right? Virgins.
Yeah, I don't even know if I've touched 72 pencils in my life. That'd be a high number.
I touch a few pencils in your
I
day.
touch a few
buddy.
pencils in
Touch a
my
few
day, let me
pencils
tell
in
you
this
what.
day.
It's Pride Month, everyone.
Oh, shout out to Pride
Everyone's
Month.
touching pencils this month.
I
Pencils over here, pencils over there.
Yeah, it's we're in the city, right? It's Pride Month, but it was also like the Puerto Rican Day Parade and also like Portuguese Day, and they're like all just thrown into like
Yeah, what is this?
that's just ridiculous. What are they
Too
just
much
trying to do?
going
Throw it
on
all
at once
together?
here.
yeah. I don't know. I don't think they like it. Though.
Too many parades, if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moment of silence for Indigenous people.
Moments in
I
silence
don't love
for
a
the
parade.
parades.
You know, I don't love a parade. Now that I think about it, I can't remember the last time I've went to a parade.
I feel like the people should be walking past the things, you know?
I'm not getting up early to go to
yeah, just
a
to go.
parade.
Like what? Traffic's gonna be blocked.
Oh, I hate
right?
that.
Like, and,
don't inconvenience me for your
Yeah.
parade. I
Oh,
don't
cool.
care.
Oh, cool. You
parades.
you have a
Your
truck that you
parade.
have had in the garage since the 40s. That's pretty cool. Some old fire truck rolls down the
Oh,
street.
dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When I lived in Paramus, they would do this fucking Paramus Town run once a year, and it's my fault because every year I forget like what day it was,
Mm-hmm.
and it would be always on a Sunday, and I'd wake up to like go get my breakfast and my bagel, and like every fucking street I tried to go would be like closed, and I'd be like fucking so angry, like I'd be like, why you have to do a stupid run? Just me angrily driving around Paramus trying to beat the barricades instead of just going the long way to the thing. I'm like, no,
Yeah, it's bad.
no.
Do you think it's bad that we're coming out as anti-parade?
Well,
Well, I mean, that's probably the best anti take we've had so far.
Do you think it's appropriate to come out as anti-parade during Pride Month?
As long as you're coming out, then
That's
yes.
right.
If there's nothing more I'm a fan of than the piss pool at the Pride Parade, okay? I love that you have that. I think it's great.
I want to just say it's not the Pride Parade. It's just all parades.
I don't like
all
any parades.
Not what
I
he's
think
saying.
all parades don't matter. That's what I think.
You know what? I'll pander further. I think, the only one you can keep. The only one you're allowed to have is the Pride one.
That's right.
And
That's
the St.
right.
Patrick's Day one.
Ooh, okay, that's like
The
just because I like
Pride
the.
and the St. Patrick's Day
I
one.
love when they
No
color
other
the
one.
thing green, right?
Yes.
Hey, you seen the way they covered this, river green?
What about the Puerto Ricans?
Oh, they have a wild time too. There's no piss pools there, but we could work on it.
Why can't we just have just one parade?
No.
Why can't we
no,
just have
no.
one parade? Everyone gets a float. Like the
gay
Puerto Ricans get a
Rican
float,
piss
the
pool
gays get a
parade?
float,
That's like
the
4th of
Irish
July,
get a float.
no?
Just one parade.
But
we have one parade all year.
Well,
Put them all together.
Can we
Why do
still
we need
have
so
the
many
piss
parades?
Pool? Yes or no?
What's the piss pool?
You've never seen the piss pool at the Pride Parade?
No. What's
It's the best thing ever. There's a fucking guy in like a weird leather thing, and he inflates like a kiddie pool, and he sits in it. And if you don't want to wait in the line for the urinals, you go over and you pee on him. And he just basks in the pool, and people pee on him in the pool all day. And this gay guy just floats around in everyone's pee. And it's out on the street.
How do you know he's gay?
At this family event. Well, because he said so in the interview as they were peeing on him. Don't you try to pigeonhole me, you motherfucker.
I didn't know he's gay. It's
Oh,
the craziest
yes.
first
Maybe
question.
he just likes to get
the first
peed
Yeah,
on.
question.
right.
Yeah.
I shouldn't have assumed his preference.
Yeah, don't fetish shame.
That's
you know?
messed up, with you,
Yeah.
bro.
How dare I?
This is 2025.
Shame the piss pool guy.
Yeah,
I know.
don't shame the piss pool guy.
He's just in
How
the piss
dare
pool,
I
like,
shame
free
the piss pool
Palestine,
guy.
piss on me.
Which letter of the alphabet is that?
I don't know. Which one of the letters?
LGPD.
Yes, right.
I don't know the
I'm
P's
just
are in
here
there
to-
as well.
We should just make a video where we go to all the Pride parades and go, I'm just here for the piss pool, please.
Is there always a
Where's
piss pool?
Well, they have
What?
one. The San Francisco one has one for sure.
Wow.
And I think the New York one has a comment down below where we can find the piss pool, please. I believe New York has one. San Francisco definitely has it because I've watched the video of the San Francisco
No,
one.
it's every
Do you have
parade.
to piss in like the water part of the pool, or can you piss on the dude?
Are you? I think
Right on him.
He would prefer you pee right on him. I think you're almost insulting him if you try to like miss him with it.
I would mess around and like
In my mind, I envision he'll move to like, you know what I mean? Like if you're over here peeing and he's like,
Wow.
oh, I'm gonna come down here.
I
and
want to
a
get
little
like
bit.
an asparagus food truck and go to all these parades and like sell a ton of asparagus.
Just
to mess
diabolical.
with just like choking on like asparagus fumes. Oh, dying.
God, why is
So much
everyone have
asparagus.
at the piss
Anyone
pool?
want another asparagus roll? Another asparagus roll.
I bit off more than I could chew with this one.
Oh man,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
the worst piss pool I've ever been in.
Yeah.
It's the worst piss pool I've ever been
the
in.
worst
Yeah.
piss pool.
What is
Oh
this?
God, you gotta drain
Come
it.
on.
Yeah, they call the fire department to put that one out. You know.
But I just like the idea that they pitched this as like a family
where does he
friendly
dump it?
event.
Where do
and
you
they've
dump it?
got like a piss
family
pool.
event?
It's like, yes, it's pitched as a family fun event, but there's a piss pool in the public.
Listen, every family's different. I think that's what you
Well,
have to
my family
consider.
would be allowed to have piss pools, I guess.
Right.
I'd be more offended with like the leashes. You
No,
know?
yeah, no, I agree. I would much rather.
Yeah.
That would offend me more.
I mean,
I'd rather-
arguably speaking, every kiddie pool does become a piss pool.
that's
you know?
true.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah.
Well, I'm actually impressed because I have such stage fright. Like I can't even go like at a urinal at MetLife Stadium. So the idea of taking my dick out at a parade and peeing on some guy is very. Like,
Yeah.
It's like
I
taking
couldn't
too
even.
long.
Yeah.
My penis wouldn't even work. Like, there's no scenario where I'm going to be able to do that. I can't use the urinal at
Right.
MetLife Stadium because
Right.
there's somebody next to me. Never
Right.
mind stand at a parade and pee on some other guy.
You're doing the trick where you're like, tickling the bottom of your balls. Like, come on, buddy, come on,
Dude,
you can do
you're
it. You
this
can do
guy.
it.
What? No,
Right?
the worst is a couple.
You don't know the trick? You don't know the trick?
No,
Everyone has their own trick.
My trick
Come on,
is
I'm not
I
the only
go
one
to
with
the
the trick.
stall and I have to sit down like a lady, and then all of a sudden I start peeing. It's
No.
the worst.
No.
I had to sit and pee at the stadium like a lady.
No, I like to take a big alpha
I
pee.
pee like a lady at Giant Stadium.
I just start humming and like look up. Like,
I can't. I have to sit.
I always make sure to take an alpha pee, like to pee in the part of the toilet that makes the most noise, you know? So it's
that's
like,
a big move.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. And then all the other guys that have stage fright, you're like, how's it feel?
Yeah, I hear this pressure.
Meanwhile,
Check this
and then there's
pressure
some
out.
old guy who walks up to the urinal and drops his pants and his underwear down to his ankles with his bare ass out, and he's just peeing.
Oh,
Meanwhile, I need seven spaces on each side to even consider going. This old guy's got his ass cheeks out in front of 17,000 people.
Just like holding his
A
shirt
giant
up like
thing with
this?
his shirt up like this. He's got one hand up on the wall. His ass is out. He's got his fucking hand up. Like,
Just like a second grader. Just
and I'm like, why am I so fucked up that I have to wait till the third quarter's halfway over and everyone goes back to their seats so I can sit down and pee like a lady?
You know what I think you need to do? I think you need to go to the piss pool, buddy.
Right?
I think this is the piss pool is your
Is this the year we piss pool?
I think we piss pool.
He's just sitting there like, what, you don't like me?
Yeah,
It's
what's
not
the
coming.
matter?
Come on.
Hey, you've been here all day, pal. Let it out already.
He's like, you could sit on me and pee if that's
Yeah.
your secret.
And,
What
you
do
know,
you need?
and not to like drain this thing too much, but like, does it start with water in it at first, or is it like an
Yeah.
empty pool to
No,
start?
it's water.
I'd like
Okay.
I mean, in my mind, I'd like to think it's just empty and he just starts to fill it up.
fills it up with
Just starts filling it up.
I love the way it's just like not even full yet, but there's just like little
Just-
little
yeah, it
puddles
just-
that are just
I
joining
like
together
that.
at the bottom.
It's just a
Before it
dry,
fills
empty
up.
pool until people just start going.
God.
Yeah, it's hilarious. When it finally connects, it's like
when they all
Pangea. It's like, oh.
I'd
Yeah,
say
it's like
by
the parts
about-
of the Terminator when they finally connect in Terminator 2.
In
coming
my
together.
mind,
Venom.
he gets there at about 10 a.m. and by about 4 in the afternoon, it's a full pool of just PPs.
Yeah, he probably incentivizes it at first. He buys like a couple of like yellow Gatorades and like drops it in there first. Like, no, come on.
We
It's
should
okay.
call-
Everybody's doing it. Come on.
Does anyone have his number? We could call him in and interview him on
Oh,
the
this
pod.
isn't just one guy.
Oh, okay.
But we'll find him.
Oh, are you sure? Are we sure, by the way, that this isn't just one guy who goes to all the parades?
I don't think so. I think this
Right?
is a. I am assuming that
Someone's
there's lots
stealing
of
his.
people.
Someone's stealing his.
Someone's
bits?
stealing his piss pool bit.
Yeah, his
Can you
piss pool
believe
bit.
this? There's some Robin Williams stealing my piss pool bit
Yeah.
at all these parades. Damn it! I'm the guy who goes to these things and is peed on.
He's the-
not you, sir.
He's the Gallagher of the.
Gallagher too? All of
Yeah,
a sudden it's just
Gallagher
me.
TOO.
We'll go do some mics during the parade, and we'll do like we'll pop in, we'll look, and then maybe we'll see the piss pool
I
guy.
can't wait to get my friend's dog in the parade with this strap on.
Oh, that's great.
So funny.
Wait, what is that? What type of dog is your friend's dog?
Well, he's got this like blackmouth cur. Blackmouth. But like we make
Black mouth cur. That,
sounds pretty
by
gay.
the way.
Yeah. It sounds pretty gay.
Sounds like the pod, it's gonna get canceled just for
Yes,
that.
I know. I
A
shouldn't have
black
said-
mouthed cur.
That's what the type of breed the dog is.
Who felt like that? That sounds like a really slurring
know.
name about a dog.
I don't like saying it. Every time I'm like, why can't you get
Don't
it
tell
right?
we get
Betsy Buckets about
Tanya,
that.
Can we get a picture of a black mouth cur
I'm
up
like,
here?
why did
See
you
what
have
it
to
looks like.
rescue this thing?
I'd
I'm like,
rather-
couldn't you pick a less culturally
Can we look up
sensitive-
blackmouth cur?
Yes.
We're looking at black mouth cur.
Great.
This is
Yeah,
good.
that was a heavy one.
Yeah, it
Can't
was-
can't say that three
Yeah,
times
so there
fast.
was- I guess there was a reason you didn't want to state it off the jump.
Yeah, tell me about it. I didn't.
Okay. I mean, I think I'd rather have a coyote, personally.
Well,
That's
we
not
say
a bad.
she's
That's
like
a nice
stud.
dog. Oh, okay, I've seen that dog
We
before.
say she's like young and
Oh,
She's a stud.
Okay, and you want to put
Nice
a
dog.
She's
strap
got
on?
like some kink in her hair, and well, we wanted to put a strap on her, and we wanted to dress up and walk in the pride parade with the dog with the big dong hanging off.
Has that ever been done? Has it ever been
Never
done?
been done.
Okay, that's good. Do you think they? By the way, did they make dog-sized strap-on accessories
I was
at
just gonna
PetSmart?
go buy like I think we were just gonna like
You're
get
gonna have to
human
make a
one and
custom
just-
one?
Yeah, custom.
It's like duct tape.
Custom.
I mean,
donger
just
on it.
try. They have them at PetSmart. Try it out at PetSmart.
Excuse me, I mean, I'm looking for a harness for my dog's strap on.
I bet you. It is Pride
That
Month.
actually could be a good video.
The Pride
like,
collection of dog strap-ons
you
available.
really- they probably think you're like, for a person.
Oh, we should just make that call right now. Honestly, like we should just call PetSmart and hit
you're
that.
Yeah,
absolutely
here we
right.
go. Here we
You
go.
were absolutely right.
Oh,
In the-
return your dog dildo that doesn't fit your dog.
Yes.
Your breed of dog. I was assured that it was one size fits all for the small thing.
Yes. Hi. How are you? Yesterday I was down there and we bought a harness for my dog's strap on, and it doesn't fit. And you guys told me I could bring it back and return it. I tried to bring back the harness for the strap on today, and they told me they wouldn't take it back. But you guys promised me that if the strap on wouldn't and the harness, if the strap on wouldn't fix to the harness,
and wouldn't fit on her, I could bring it back and get my money back.
So you said you came in today, you tried to return it, but they didn't let you return it?
Yeah. I was there trying to screw it on. I was trying to show you. It wasn't fitting on there. And then it wouldn't even stay on. It kept sliding off of her. And it's like I can't walk her. I'm trying to walk her in the Pride Parade, and I need this harness with the strap on for the Pride Parade, and it's not working. And I spent a lot of money on this.
Okay, and just to confirm, so you came in, and did you have a receipt? Did you have the item?
Oh, yeah, I have the receipt. I had the harness. I had the strap on. I had the dilly, the whole deal. And it just, yeah.
Honestly, I'm not too sure why they didn't let you do the return, because you should have just been able to do the return.
I know, and I asked for help, too, because I was like, maybe I'm not screwing in the thing to the harness right, and the strap onto the harness right, and I asked for some help, and nobody would help either. It was a whole mishigas.
Tell them we're never shopping with them again.
My wife says we're never shopping with you guys again if this keeps happening, because it's like we've just tried to buy several strap-on harnesses for the dog there, and it never works.
They never work.
Well, I'm sorry that you guys had such a bad experience. Honestly, I'm not the person to give an alternate response.
Yeah, because it said they were like, oh, this should be good anywhere between 8 and 12 inches. It should fit, no problem.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this thing is no bigger than 12 because it's not that big.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly,
it's purple too. It's
don't
nice.
Really get training on how to use certain harnesses or leashes, for example. So
yeah, because it's like it's sliding down, and then the strap-on's dragging on the floor, and it's messing up the rubber. And it's like it should be up higher, and it should be poking out like a real boner, you know?
It's not angled right.
No, yeah, I understand.
Because it's like if you're gonna go, walk them in the parade and you want the strap on to be seen and be prominent.
The packaging says 15 degrees.
We're hoping to get on the front cover of the Times this year.
The wrong angle. It's the wrong angle.
Because it's a show dog too, so he doesn't want to feel silly.
Yeah, no, I get it. Could I get maybe a phone number or something just to see the receipt?
Yeah, give me 201.
Wake up, filthy.
Wake up, filthy.
24. And you can call me back at any time.
No, I was just trying to see if the number had an account associated to
Oh, no, that's my cell phone. I'm sorry. I thought you... Oh, I'm sorry. I'm giving you my number. I apologize. No, I don't know what... I don't know if we have an rewards account. My wife handles that.
Okay, yeah, because the thing is that I could have probably seen the receipt itself to see if maybe
Are you going to be working tomorrow? Maybe I could come down. I'll bring the receipt and the strap and the whole thing. And I could just bring it while you're there and return it.
I'm not working tomorrow. The next time I work is Wednesday.
Oh, I could come back Wednesday. It's fine. I don't need this $50 that badly. I could wait a couple days for it.
I work 12 to 8 on that day. As long as you have a receipt and everything, you should be fine to do it.
Yeah, because you've been tremendous, I have to say. What's your name, by the way? Because you've been amazing. Thank you for your help. What was your name, just so I could find you when I get there?
My name is Kaya.
Great, Kaya. I'll be there. My name is Brett. I'll be the guy with the giant dog strap on, looking to get the refund on Wednesday.
Okay, yeah. It was just to confirm. So when did you buy it itself?
She bought it she bought it Thursday, because I had hot yoga she bought it while I was at hot yoga.
I see. Okay, I'm just trying to make sure that it's within the time frame and everything.
Yeah, it's just a couple days ago.
They didn't let you do it. It could have just been a miscommunication or something.
Yeah, they were I'm sitting there. I'm showing them, sliding down. It looks silly. It's dragging on the ground. I wanted it poking out like a real, prominent, like a spear,
Yeah. You should be fine, honestly. I have no idea, what must have happened. You came to the Union Square location as well, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Well, hopefully
yeah, we made sure we went back to the same store she bought it from, yep.
Okay. Hopefully we should get it sorted out. I'm not too sure like what happened, but hopefully it can get sorted out so you can get the refund.
Great. Thank you very much.
No worries.
I'll see you Wednesday. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, no worries. See you Wednesday.
All right. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Now we have to show up with the dog dildo.
We have to go. We have to go. We have to go.
with a dog dildo.
12 to 8, she said. Her name's Kaya.
Wednesday.
Yeah. We have to get a dog. We have to make a fake dog package dildo. You know?
That's easy. We just go to Petco and then Spencer's and get a little duct tape.
Now,
and
who
we'll
has
be
a
fine.
dog that's going to let us borrow your dog
Yeah.
for this
No, we don't
dildo?
need the dog.
It would be funny if we showed up with the dog.
That would be also
and it's
funny.
like-
The dog's walking in, it's dragging on the
Dildo his
floor.
head. See, he looks silly with this dildo on his head.
No, you got to say that the dog's
He's embarrassed.
emotionally
He's at home.
damaged.
The
you
dog's
know.
at home because he's embarrassed because his
Yeah.
dildo is dragging
We
on
should
the
be.
ground.
You're lucky we're not suing you for emotional damages for the dog.
He won't even run with the other dogs at the dog park because he's so embarrassed about his dildo dragging.
Wow.
You think that would be a source of pride for him too?
You would
or
have
her.
thought.
Sorry.
Even her, though, she can't. Nobody you call can do anything.
No.
You know, you got Tim Cook on the phone from Apple, like, hey, I got an iPhone. He's like, I don't know what to tell you.
don't
You
know
know,
what to do
nobody can
about
do anything. It takes forever to get them on the phone.
And
Nobody's
she
working.
can't tell you to
Why
get out
can't
of
I-
here with your nonsense. She can't even say we don't sell dog dildos. What are you talking about? She wasn't even allowed to go, sir. There's no way we have dog dildos or strap-ons or any of this.
Do you think she's going back to her manager right now, being like, "Hey, Kevin, crazy
I fucking
question
hope
here.
so.
We don't sell dog dildos, right?"
He's like, not anymore, no.
In my mind,
Not
she's
anymore, no.
asking about like what people are having a lot of problems with these dog dildos.
Yeah, this is the third call I've gotten today.
call again next
It's like it's like not even the first call of the day.
We just keep calling once a week to complain about the dildo.
From a different person, like a different person's voice.
Well, I almost got the guy at Best Buy to let me lecture his whole staff. Like I almost got him to gather all the employees in an office and put me on speakerphone to lecture everybody about appropriate workplace behavior.
That's good. I like that.
We're really doing our big one right now.
Yeah.
Okay, so we might go Wednesday and
Okay.
get a dog and get a dildo and get a leash and maybe. But if we had a Patreon, if we had patrons, damn it, this would happen for sure. So
would
make sure
happen.
you subscribe to the
Please
podcast.
do. I've got.
I think we
a
start the
bunch of-
Patreon for this thing, and then that's how you
I'm
see
We
it.
actually need a
Still-
GoFundMe for this. We
I
need to
am
go.
filled with wacky ideas that we need you to pay for.
We gotta
so
squeeze
please
'em out.
subscribe.
You know?
Guys, thank you so much. Kenny, hey, thanks a lot.
Thanks for having
Cousin
me.
Kenny.
Cousin Kenny.
Kenny.
Follow me on Instagram.
Primo
Do it now.
Kenny.
Do it now.
And thank you to our Latin American correspondent.
Yes.
Once again,
course.
nobody employs more Latin American females.
Nobody
than
but
Caffeine
us.
Overdose.
100%
Muchas
of the workforce.
gracias, Caffeine Overdose.
Yeah.
Muchas gracias.
Thank you again. Piss pool.
The piss pool.
Piss pool.